Okay, I gotta address something here on this video, so I'm not even bringing my face up at this point. Um, I need to address my divine masculine, because, like I say, in the future, this is what we're going to have. We're going to have videos to deliver messages and whatever. It won't be too much cards no more. But because we do not communicate by phone or anything, though, I have made my attempts to do that on several occasions. I have made attempts to communicate with my divine masculine, and those attempts was to save our life from going through all the trauma that we have both went through because of his way of stubbornness and pulling back and doing things his own way, not allowing the intuition and the spirit and the angels and everyone that was around him to lead him and to direct him down the path he was supposed to go. And though he went through, I'm talking to you, divine masculine, though you went through hundreds of research. You went through research to find out who I am, because you did not know who I am, and you didn't know anything about twin flames. Neither did I, of course. I had to do the same thing. I do some research. I mean, I didn't take as much time as you have taken, because your problem is you go in your head and you get twisted along with every other effing mother ukakaka that comes along and tell you bullshit ass world lies that you know what? Here's the problem. I can't see get. And here's it really, I'm serious. Why in the okay, here's what I can't really this with you, divine masculine, or anyone that's like you. Once you knew that I was your twin flame, I'm your twin. Okay, I'm your twin flame, twin ray, your consort. I am the person who's been with you all your life, and you and me have been together from the very beginning. Now, if that's the case, why do you have, along with everybody else, with all this? First of all, I don't know who you guys. I don't know how you feel that you can talk for me when you have questions, and along with some of those other, like Candy for one. I'm calling you out, Candy. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know me. Okay, so listen. You guys always with this. But you don't know this about him. But you don't. And then when I hear your mind talking, your mind goes, wonder if I did this, wonder if you do this, and then you answer for me. What is the problem here? See, as I said in the beginning here, I don't know, not the beginning, but since I've made my attempts to communicate with you, I have said to you on several occasions that I am here as your guide. I am here as I am your everything. I'm here as your sister, as your mother, as your everything, your girlfriend, anyone that you want me to be. That's what I am to you, okay? And I have said that to you. And if you would have only listened to your guides and to your spirit and to your intuition, before you decided to make your own choice and your own decision and do things your own way, you could have saved us a lot of troubles, times. Not that it hasn't paid off in lots of ways, yeah. But the problem is why do we, you know how the old saying says, is why work hard when you can work smart? So why go through tower after tower after tower after tower and trauma after trauma after trauma when you do not have to? Do you know that you're on a second chance. Well, if you want a second, don't you know you missed the first one? And I seen it when it was happening. And that was one of the first reasons that I first walked away from you. Because I couldn't believe that here is someone that cannot figure out their ass from the damn fucking head or the face. And I'm like, okay, so what is the problem here? You are addicted to abuse, obviously. You are addicted to manipulation, obviously. Of course you are, because you are partly of a manipulator. You have been, and you just got back what was given. Okay, I can receive that. You know, see the problem is that you're not getting is that what you have been dealing with is freaking entities, not fucking people. They're not people. They're not humans, especially the, bitch whore. She is an entity. Look in her fucking soul. She don't have one. I've said that to you. But see, the thing that I'm having the issue here with is that your appetite has been sown, like whether with, not sown like sown, but scorn, and you got a what they call a squash tongue is burnt because you don't have your appetite is just, you may think you're tasting something good when it's really not good, it's really bad. And you cannot, and at one point you couldn't decipher what was good and what was bad in the reality of worlds and lives. Until you had to go through more towers. And finally you come to your senses, I'm supposing, and which I'm reading your energy, of course you are. Yet there's so many other things that I'm puzzled about, because here if you done did 100,000 research on somebody, you don't know what kind of person they are. Something is seriously wrong with your research. And I'm not kidding. Something's wrong with your research. If you do that much time and putting in to know who I am, and you still don't know who I am, something is wrong with your research. Because for some reason you feel that I don't know your life. And you really think that. You think I don't know your life. Listen, I'm an energy reader. I can tell you everything about your life right now, but I'm not. But I know all your secrets. When you, and Candy, of course, what? Excuse me? I don't know your life? Both of you think that, huh? But so why don't you guys ask me what I don't know and what I do know? Why you guys want to talk for me? Everyone wants to speak up for me. What the hell? I can speak for myself. But I'm avoided, huh? You avoid me and go loop de loop around the whole world or the plantation. What the hell? I don't fucking know. And then go and look for answers for the wrong people. Listen, my gosh, divine masculine, you have no idea what time and life and trouble that you could have been saved from by you only hearing what I had to say and knowing that I was a truth holder and a truth speak. I don't speak lies, okay? I don't care what somebody say. Okay, because even if I have to, I won't even lie to save my life, and that's honest truth. Because I know you ain't gonna die anyway. So what the hell? I may not want the traumatize of it, but it ain't gonna make me tell no lie. Why? Because I know that I'm not benefiting myself if I lie. It's not gonna benefit me. It's only gonna benefit the one who's bringing the shit toward me, which is another entity. Well, to bring me a challenge or whatever the case may be. And if something is not in you, you cannot be tempted with it anyway. You see how it works? You gotta have something in you in order to have the temptation there. So if you don't have that in you, then it's not there. And then you think I say you're a player. No, I do not say. See, I don't care what you are. To me, it does not matter. You could have been a player. You can still be one. But once you cross that door, what they call that thing in the middle of the door, the threshold, right? Yeah. Once you cross that threshold with me, all your other shit must go anyway. I don't fucking care. It does not matter. Why? Because it has to. Because we are not on a physical journey. We're on a spiritual journey, and that is the way we are going. Because other than that, what's the use of us being, being in the wholeness of ourselves? Because we are not coming together because of life in the physical. We're coming because we have a spiritual journey that we are destined to make or to take on this planet. That's the whole reason we come together. Not that we don't have that physical passion in every way that we have for each other, and we do, and I'm aware of that, and it's there, very strong between us, and that makes it just the icing on the cake for our life here. But our whole life is really put in here to come, on a journey that requires a spiritual walk. It gives us miles that we need to travel and cover, because we're all here for one reason, particularly, and that's to raise the conscious and the vibrations of this planet and get it going up to the next 2 dimensions. Okay, which is a God, which is, the planet is not just a planet. It's not a planet itself. It's really a ship, but the ship is really the God itself, the entity, or the God, which is people call it Gaia, but it's really Terra, So either way, but see, my dear love here, I might as well put it there, because it is what it is. And so here we are, okay? You brought us here, my love, and that's okay. I mean, we have to come out eventually. And because we do, because we are the beginning of the game, we are. And because who we are as not a physical being, but our spiritual who we are being, that's, the God person that we truly are. We are them, okay? And, whoever, I know who we are. Do you know? No, but I want to tell you. So when you get here in time, when we get ready to come, and that's coming, because it's our life. It's ahead of us, and it's time for us to make that direction, and here we are. Yet, you must be bold and courageous, and move into your direction. What is called on you? I mean, you have no idea who have been here to just push you along the way, because you have that stubbornness in you. I hope you can lose it real soon, because it does not serve you in the best of way. Okay? Stubborn is it has its good and it has its bad, like everything else do. It has 2 sides to it. Yet here at the same time, can we operate in it too much in one side and not enough in the other, or not at all? Can we? Yes, we can. So what we have to do is get balance in your stubbornness. And that would be the best way, my love. Why not? Because that's the only way, that we should free ourselves from all sorts of things, or attitudes, or personalities, or emotions, or whatever, that keeps us in a place that does not serve our greatest of self, or to the best of ourself, or to the, you know what I'm saying, to give us that higher vibration. And that is what we all supposed to be looking for. Higher vibration is only bringing your conscious up to a higher level is only receiving knowledge and retaining it, knowledge that you never had, knowledge that you never heard. That's all. That's what it is, and that's your truth. Because truth has been tainted down here on this planet in 3D. It's been what they call it. Oh my God, divided or whatever way you want to look at it. Okay, it has not been all truth here, because you've been living in between the lies and everything that goes with it, which is a lie is everything. Everything's inside of a lie. Okay, lie is a lie, and inside that lies everything else. Deception, delusion, you name it, it's in there. Okay, see, so. Everything is changing, my love. And that means so are you, and so are me, and so are every other person around on this planet. However, it is our choice, not will, choice, that we choose to change rather than not to. Or we choose to reach out to ask for a helping hand, or do we not to? Do we live by our fears rather than we live by our faith? What if you're living in the fear? You're continually allowing yourself to be given over to the dark side of yourself, and you're living in the darkness. But if you're going to go into the faith requires something, and actions. It requires an action. Okay? Fear don't require an action. It just requires you just to be afraid. It makes you non-movable, because you're so fear shuts you down. You know what I'm saying? So put away the things that is not probable for you, or does not bring you in your light of yourself, and your higher self, and your higher mind. Don't allow things such as fear and worry and nervous and depressed and whatever you have. This is not only speaking with you, my love, but I'm talking to whoever that has these issues. Those things does not give you life. It sure don't, because it don't hold life in it. It only hold darkness, which is more dead. It's not living, it's dead. It's like a black hole, you know what I'm saying? It's no light in it. It's not enough to resurrect it, I put it that way. Because dark is light, but you know what I'm saying, got to have enough to resurrect it out of the darkness into the light of itself. So you must have that much light to take in, and to, in order to move in the way that you were designed to move. And that's just not you, but everyone. And that is move forward. You were designed to grow, always be growing. And one thing or another, or all things actually, always being made and developing into a better being, a better energy of source, better. And we've always supposed to be looking to a higher way and a better way to have and to behold life, of ourselves first, always in your own self and to your own self before you even consider to another. And when we give ourselves all to another, in whatever way we're giving ourselves to that other, without having our own fulfillment, we're only running ourselves on an empty tank. Because then what are you going to get filled from? Because once you give something and it does not give back to you that which you have given, or you don't have another way to go and get it, then how are you going to get refilled? You got to tap in. And the only way you can tap in is to tap into the source, the whole, the collective, and to the higher mind, not the lower mind, the higher mind. It's what resurrects you from your lower mind, you see? And that's how it works, but don't always, look at life as the same as it is, whatever. I mean, though you may want to make a change, or you may think to make a change, but you being a Capricorn, sorry about that, honey, but it doesn't matter. They'll find out anyway. You wouldn't know that and this time that you're walking in, because now you're going from the old way of living and the old way of being, which is the South Node, which would be how you handle things from your inside of your emotion, your inside, your emotional sides, which is on the inside of your life parts, your things that you take in, and you deal with it and you don't deal with it, or whichever, that type of stuff. So you were supposed to take in something that didn't feel good, or it was bad to you, and it was horrible, or whatever way you want to take it, and you were supposed to find a way of dealing with it, okay, to make it not stay as it, pardon me, not stay as it were, or is, and you would have to find the look. You have to look for a higher way than what your normal, or what you've seen to be doing, or and what you have seen from yourself or from others as a solution that does not work, okay? Because you know how to say, you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You cannot do that. You have to find a different way, okay? Completely. So you would have, in your old way, you would have been more geared to staying the same way and not moving and not changing, because that's just your nature, how you are. But you can't do that now. You know what I'm saying? That now is a change. Is here, and that's for not only. It's for everyone, okay? So now no one has a choice to stay the same. No one does. So everyone is going to change. That's why every masculine, when you hear them speaking of the masculines, and then you may hear them speaking of each zodiac sign, they all are running in concurrent with each other, as and one is going ahead of the other one, but then here comes another one going through the same. So all masculines is going through the same process of life, moving forward, or growth, but in different stages, in different timelines, okay? But they all are pretty much in the same life change. So it's the feminine as well. And it also would be in different times and stuff, but most is also facing the same type of things, that they are, growing in, or leaving behind, or whatever way, okay? So you would have not seen the way of choosing the right choices when you've been so used to doing things on your own, in your own way, and how you wanted to do it, and how you thought it should be. And here's something that I find out: the difference between you and this is all Capricorns that I'm aware of. The difference between, and I don't know about all Aries, but I know I've all the Capricorns I've met, they mostly all strive not to be wrong, all the ones I met, their way of faith is to strive not to be wrong. But me as an Aries, and I don't know how many Aries is like this, but I know I am, because I don't meet very many Aries at all. Trust me, I don't. It'd be a miracle if I do meet any of them. But me as an Aries, I strive to be right. So we like on two different sides of the coin. But I find that if you to strive to be right, pans more in a more better, more hitting, more of a hit, faith hit, more on the upside. I put it. It hits more on the upside than the strive to be wrong, not to be wrong, because consider what wrong represents, first of all. And when you strive not to be wrong, normally you probably don't end up being that way. But with you being the type of methodical mind person who takes your time to, and that's why you got to think so long. They always said to think long, you think wrong. You think too long, you think wrong. Well, here, you have this strategy that and you're not alone. I mean, I've seen other Capricorns the same way, but you have these strategies that you use to think. So think, and make sure you don't get it wrong. And that is the ugly side of when it comes to faith. Faith is like this. At first you get the hope, and then you get the faith. But if you grow in faith, you can get faith just like this, and it'll pop. And that's all you have to do, like the fool, and jump off, But that's why it has been embedded in me as an Aries. I don't know about others, but I know me, that I've always strived to be right. Because if I strive to be right, I know all my collective, family in the other dimensions is gonna be assisting me in that, more than it would me striving not to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? See what I mean? I'm striving not to be wrong. You are wrong. We all are. In one sense, we like, do we look like we not but misfits? I mean, really, are we normal? I don't think so. None of us are normal. Well, depends on what you see as normal, because everything is by the perception. So how do you see normal? How do you see, wrong? And how do I see wrong? And how do I see right? And how do you see right? And that's how everything must go. Because not most, but the way the world operates is according to your perception. That's why you cannot. It doesn't pay to be separated, because you're not to have any judgment on your fellow man or your fellow thought that's striving right there with you, regardless of how they striving. They still striving one way or the other. And so when we have a hard or some sort of judgment, simple as that, is all it is a judgment. It's just that word judgment itself is more harder than something else you could put in the place of it to make it be something a little more lighter. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and in the Bible term, it calls it iniquity. So you have to look and see what the iniquity means, and what does iniquity, do in your life, and what does it, mean to have iniquity, all that kind of stuff. But so everything works on according to your perception, and you, as your perception, has always felt that if you strive not to be wrong, that's your perception, that everything's going to work out in your favor. And being you the type of person that you are, normally it does, but that's only because you are pretty much of a lucky person, because of the Capricorn beings that you are. I'm not saying that you've hit on target because you're striving not to be wrong. More, I believe, is for you is because you have the lucky streak in you, okay, whatever. Not like me. I have to work hard for everything. Until now that I'm aware that the all the change that within me. Of course, I'm not the same conscious that was here in the planet before. I'm a different conscious in here now, so it's different for me that I can see. Now I have the streak of, have the lucky streak. And I can see why it comes into the natural realm like it would to me in the spirit realm, because I had to see that to change something needs to be changed in this natural realm for the flow to flow. Okay, you can block your flow a lot of times, and a lot of things. It depends, and we should never block our flow. We should always keep the flow open in spite of whatever goes on. So what we've been going through ourselves is a big giant brick wall been standing up there, because whatever reason that the one or the other, the person that made whoever wanted to shut down and decided not to, whatever, in their own world, and that's okay. It's your world. But it's only your world until you either forced or thrown off the cliff, off the cliff, to come into union with that. It's which makes you a whole and one. Because we should never ever underestimate the power of Source, and you guys call it God. I call it Source, which is what I see it as. But we should never underestimate that power, because there are so many ways that take and to view creation, more so now than it ever have been, because right now is your day and your time where you are the one who's doing the creating of your own life. You are creating it. In spite of what you think, in spite of what you don't think or don't know, you're making the creation of it. And whatever you think in your thoughts, and that's how you're making that creation. As long as you holding them thoughts in there and you keeping that emotion with it, sometime it'll do it just like that. You create it, boom. You don't know. It may just take some time, just a one thought, and it'll come forth, because you may have thought about it sometime way back, or who knows, But creation is coming in more faster now anyway, because of the energy that we're changing into. And we're changing into this energy to become creators, or co-creators, I say, with Source, because this is what we really truly are. Just was never known of that in your times because of the dismantle, in your mind, or your amnesia. Let's put it like that, because you had to come in here and you had to get your amnesia, you had to get your mind wiped so that you could take your experiences. Otherwise, you would not have. You know what I'm saying? If you would have known that you're going to go down the road and face somebody who's going to beat you up or kill you, you ain't going to go. You know what I'm saying? Be like Yeshua when, of course, he never did get on the cross, but, would be like him when he, see, his was a public, if it really happened, but it didn't happen. He really didn't get on the cross, okay? Truly, he didn't. But if that would have really went down, he would have been a public figure made to be humiliated, and put on the cross and all that stuff in front of everyone. But the thing is, he would have never took that trip if it wasn't that he wasn't who he was. If that really had happened, I'm saying, and if he wasn't in the power of himself and the power of the whole as the Source and everything connected to it, because it would have been much harder for him to know that he's going to face what he's going to face, and then he's going to go on and do it anyway. He had to have that power in order to do that. So that's why he went through the prayers and stuff in the garden, and why he gave it up. He said, he said, if it be so, take this cup away from me. But then he said, nevertheless, it is thy will. So he's like, okay, nevertheless, let it be your will. Because if you do it like that, you're leaving yourself wide open to let the law of attraction take you by force and put you wherever you need to go. And you're allowing, I think it's a law of resistance. One of them that helps you to release something that is not good for you and that's not serving you. But because you already made it up in your heart to allow the heavens to take over, or the heavens, you call it heavens, but let's call it the higher mind to take over, and allow it to render your whole, you just render yourself, what you call limbo or something, easy, or just, like, just giving, give over. And so you rendering in yourself so that it is a will of source to take whatever it wants to do with your life and allow you to go through it, if it was something that source wanted you to go through. And when that happens, with that surrendering, it causes it to become more easier, and source makes it more easier for you too. They attempt to make it that way, no matter what. But it's our bucking against our stubbornness or our will to not to yield, makes it worse, harder. But so I just want to make peace, that's what I'm asking for with you, divine masculine, because what is taking place right now is that our day is here right now, and our moment of time is right in our right now. It is not on to tomorrow or on to the before. It is our now. And so peace is all I'm calling for whoever you are. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether whoever you may be. I don't see that, because what I see is that you are who I am and I am who you are, and it is what it is. And if it wasn't intended for me to put you in the helpful place where you can see it for yourself and then take it from there from me. What I need to put you in is put you in the way so I can show you what is, and then you can see what is, and then you can take it and do whatever you want to do with it at that time, because it's still always going to end up being your choice and my choice. Either way, we make choices. But the reason why we are really a whole, and why we are who we are, because we are what we are, twin rays, and we are together. We're not separated, and so most of our choices are going to be on point with each other. You see, we're going to have most things already what the other one wants, and it won't be no conflict between the two, because we should not have conflict. This is what I want you to see. Spiritual is way all the way different than religion or any other way. Okay, spiritual is completely different. Once you are spiritual, when you make that transformation, you're done. There's no more to take out. You've already given everything that you had. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That those that have, I'm saying, because it takes time to make the transition. But like me, I've been zeroed out twice. Okay, what else do I have left? I got to go into the one now. I can't. There's no more zeros, because if you go by that code, it's only two, and then some of them it's just only one. See, so I'm like, okay, so I'm still transforming. Don't think I'm not, but I'm transforming in a higher conscious than where we, where you at, in one sense, but you're not. You're there, but once you come in, once this happens, you're gonna be right here with me, because that's the purpose. You just need to get here so I can take you there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm waiting for you in the chariot to get in so we can go forward. I'm here with the chariot. I'm waiting. And I am. And they've not allowed me to leave because they won't. But one thing I can say is that your stubbornness has only increased my my life, my world. Because you hold back, I move on. I move forward, and I take into stride by using whatever I can as whatever I have at my hand to use now for the that'll help increase for the future. If I can't use all things, I can use whatever I can, and that's what I have to do. So my day is just ready to go and move to the next phase, because that's what we have to go to, and just pretty much help you to see that your life is in the hands of the higher minds, all of them, not just one or two, not just a God, but all gods and all angels and all ancestors, you name it. They're right here fighting for our life. Why? Because we are them and they are us. And I don't know if I can get you guys to see that, because we are them from our future back here in our past. To change something that it does not happen in our future. That's why we're here. Okay? However, like I say, I'm ready and I'm waiting to make whatever needs to be done as far as bringing you into your life, to your higher place, to the way that you need to come in to get to, to the higher way of yourself, which takes no time once you make the crossing. That's all you have to do, and just do what you have to do, and move forward. Make the step, make the big giant step. It's all kinds of beings right there with you to help you make that, and pretty much they're gonna have to pick you up and throw you in here or drag you or something. I don't know. So you got to know where you're at, darling, and know what time it is and know what time it is not, because we do not live by time. However, there's a space and a time that things must happen. There's a time and a season, as they say, and no one never know what the season is. So, okay. But so please, my love, do not assume anything that you do not get from the horse's mouth itself. Because if you don't go to the person themselves, I don't care who it is, it should always go back to the person before you make the final judgment on something. If you're going to judge something, or the final calculation, or the final, whatever you're going to decide on, with yourself, not with the person. You're judging for yourself, to keep you from going out of bounds. You see, that's what it's for. And so you listen to everyone else, the judgment of your own self is going to be completely off market, off the line. It's not going to be on point, lined up. You're going to be offline. See, and that's why you must go to the, like some people goes, what do you know how to find that? What do you call it? Do you know? Words. And I said, hey, look, don't they have, that's why they made Google for you. Just go on Google. Man, why you asking me, to do something? And see, that's how the blind minds, or the people on the planet and certain societies, because of the way they intended for it to be. That's what that, it was an intent to put you in these types of different environments, for you can see what it feels like to experience that part that you never experienced. Me too. I'm here. I'm just not in there, and I'm not a part of them. But they are all around me where I'm at. And but my life is away from everyone, and they know where I'm at. They know who I am while I'm here, but I'm not out among any, and I'm not there with anyone because my energy is different, and so that's another thing we have to look at. And I can't gauge that until I know where you at, until I could reach your energy even from here, but I don't prefer to because I don't want to read something I want to hear. But no, I'm just kidding. I just don't want to. I want you to be here and let me read it, and you tell me that I can read it. That's why I really prefer. Um, I don't want to feel like I'm prying in on your privacy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't do it unless I just don't do it. And I'll wait for you to give me the okay to do that because I feel that's better. But not you. I mean, even though no, I'm not going to even say that because I'm going to wait till you tell me. Because all I've said lately, I said, okay, this is hearsay, this is hearsay, this is hearsay, and all that is hearsay. I don't care where it came from. It came from the card readers. I don't give a care where it came from. It's all hearsay to me. I said, until I can hear from the person themselves, the one, nothing matters. I don't even hear it. I don't even care. And I really don't because it doesn't matter. Because until he can tell me himself, what else is there to say? I mean, to hear, I don't care what, it does not matter. I say, I don't let myself be led by gossip and just people's, opinions and words and whatever. I don't let myself be led by that. No. Because that's a fool to do that. And I'm not, I'm a fool only for certain things, not for all things. You know what I mean? So, okay, my love, my divine masculine, I had to gift you this message, and I hope you can receive that message, and I hope that everything go beautiful from this point on with your life and my life, and getting some things cleared up, and not hold back those that's what you are aware of that has to go forward. It has to. Don't. It's no what they call it. What kind of room they call it? No wiggle room. And that's where it is, my love. So okay, all right. I look forward to seeing you, my dear one. And not just just so that we can continue and make things be what it is, and that's all seeing in peace, preferably having peace between is the most important thing to do, and making sure that we are lining up with each other, because lining up is very important. We must be in line with each other, and how we get in line is simply moving in the direction and working on that we know that needs to take place to put it in line. For instance, come in the direction go with the flow, and the flow means just get up and just start moving as the energy is moving, you moving, and then you get to the place where you need to make a cross bore or something, a line, a mark. You take care of that, and you say, okay, here's my mark. We're going to come to it together, and we're going to talk about peace first, right? Yeah, let's have peace. And let's burn some candles and some incense, so we can make sure we keep the energy flowing. And that's how we do it, my love, so... Okay? All right. I love you so much, so much, so much, so much, so much, so much, so much. I really, really do. Okay. I love you so much, my love. And to everyone that's a part of this, where we all at, no matter who you are, no matter where we at, no matter we're just here together, all of us. And that is the truth. We are all here together, no matter what's going on. And let's not be afraid to open up and talk about your problem, whatever just call it a problem. Let's not call it a problem. Talk about your life, okay? It's because there's no problems. That's not so. I don't, and then I remember Abraham said, there is no problem, no problem. We don't have problems. Keep that in mind. We don't have problems. We got solutions. And that's what we have. Every one of us. All the solutions that we ever want, we have them. And we are making it happen. That's why we are creators. And that's why we're going to start making sure that we create consciously rather than unconsciously. Okay? My loves. Okay, I love you guys so much. Namaste.